Hi, welcome guys to Que Sopa Mi Gente.
Sopa.
What's going on, guys? Yo, have you ever met toxic people or ever had to deal with toxic people?
Oh, I'm sure they have to deal with toxic people all the time. Come on.
Well,
Come
yeah.
on.
I mean, it's a rhetorical question.
Come
but
on.
I just threw it out there.
There's toxic people everywhere. You got to deal with them all the time.
Yes.
It could be from coworkers to friends to family to people that you know I have to let go.
Yeah.
And the hardest people to let go, really and truly, is family, because there's this idea that it's family, right? So family, you're supposed to support family no matter what. You're supposed to stick to family no matter what, because blood. What's the saying?
Blood is thicker than water.
Blood is thicker than water, So I feel like family is really the hardest to keep a distance.
To just even separate from them. It's difficult. This is your blood, like we said. It's your blood. You're comfortable with them. You've been around them all these years, all this time, and then you get older and mature and start realizing, wait, you're not really are gonna help me in the direction I need to go. So you have to make some decisions. You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna be about who I trust and who is going to help me really go forward, and vice versa, or is it going to be about me just having my family around me because I can't do without my family? But then what happens to where you're trying to get to in life? Where do you separate the two?
Right.
And know how to put them in place, the proper place.
Right.
So,
in the past, there has been family members that talk to you a certain way. Well, they've talking to us a certain way. Everything we do is wrong, or if we don't do it their way, then we're not doing it right at all. Family members that have made you feel guilty for certain things. Guilty if, God forbid, somebody in the family dies and they die because of you, because you didn't do what in their minds they feel that you should have done. Family members that will literally threaten you. They make you feel beneath. They make you feel low. They make you feel like you're never enough, that you never do enough. They criticize every little thing you do. They criticize your kids, And the minute that you decide to step out on your own and you decide to, listen, I'm going to leave you alone. I'm not going to mess with you. And it's not something that you literally tell them.
Right.
But it's a move that you made. You either move out of state. We move out of state from New York for so many different reasons, but I'm not going to get into that. But even just moving or not being there for Christmas or Thanksgiving, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to leave.
Right.
I'm your sister, I'm your brother. You're not supposed to leave. You're supposed to stick with me regardless of whether I talk down on you, regardless if I talk crap about you, you're supposed to stay, because that's what families do.
And the idea is that we're family, so I should be able to deal with you how you are. There's no room for improvement, no accountability to shaping up or sharpen up how you approach family. It's anything goes.
I have the right to tell you what I feel like telling you.
And take it, because I'm family, This is what we do. We don't try to confront in a loving way. We just deal with it.
Right.
And keep it moving.
Just deal with it, right.
So we stay in a local cocoon, and I stay in my place because, this is how you expect me to be.
Right.
I can't come out of what you expect me to be.
Exactly.
And that, guys, is toxic. Toxic. I should be in a situation in my family where you're trying to set me up to be better than I was before, better than the previous generation, not to stay in the same barrel like crabs in a barrel because all in the name of family.
Right.
Then when you step out and pave your own lane, you're like, oh, you think you're better than?
You can't win with neither one.
You can't win.
You can't win.
What do you want? What do you want?
You can't win.
What do you want?
And then this is the thing too that they do, right? This is the thing too that they do. Well, since you're not listening to me, since I can't call you because you're not answering my phone calls, or or as they say, it's hard to talk to you. I can't talk to you because everything is a problem. Mind you, everything is a problem with them. But everything is a problem with you because you can't take what they're saying, because they want to be able to say what they want to say and you have nothing to say.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? And what they do is that they go around now talking crap about you now.
I'm sure.
Anybody who's willing to answer their phone call, anybody who's willing to listen, they're going to talk crap about you and say how you did this, you did that, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And they go defaming your name. They go around to anybody who's willing to hear, from family members to friends that you know.
Yep.
Even church folks, because we all know church folks also are willing to lend an ear because they want to know the 411. And I get it. I get it. Listen, I'm not even mad at you. When something comes down, you know, and somebody got to tell you something. Listen, I myself, I've been the type of person like, I'm full air. Like, what, girl, tell me. So I get it. But what I don't get is how you expect people to want to be around you. How you expect people to want to spend Thanksgiving with you, to want to spend Christmas with you. If every single time we're around you, everything is a problem. You make everything a problem.
Yeah.
Everything has to go your way.
That's not right. It's not right. The relationship, the basic principles and fundamentals of our relationship doesn't change because we're family. It's not like, you know, I hear your opinion and you hear my opinion outside at the job, at the, you know, at another friend's house. But when it comes to family, it's like, hey, we just take everybody raw. That don't make no sense. It's supposed to be the place where I learn how to to deal with people outside by what we do amongst family, how we work on each other. But no. And then the next thing too is what the toxic thing about families, that they have a tendency to want to plan on you. They're planning on you. Life is moving according to how they see it.
Yeah.
And for you, and you better not step out of that mold.
No.
Because how dare you?
How dare you?
What are you doing? So, where are we going? What are we doing then?
It's sort of like you were supposed to ask for permission to move on with your life, or like to do something major in your life. Like you're supposed to ask permission to see if you can actually get married, because you're marrying somebody else. What I have in mind, you know, for what I think should be going on and how things like seriously.
Guys, this I know a lot of y'all can relate out there because this is real, man. We just need to become aware of who they are and make the adjustments, man. And you got to separate making a decision that's beneficial for you and your family, and at the same time not going cold turkey and just completely abandoning your family, though they're toxic. You got to know how to create circles and barriers and say, okay, you're my family. I'm gonna always love you, but I can't let you this close in because you're gonna affect me in many ways that I can't deal with at this point.
And I think that's the challenge.
That's
how do I
challenge.
balance that?
And not feel like you're being wicked or you're being evil.
How do I balance that? How do you keep a distance, right? Like distance enough so that you get the clear message that me and you ain't that cool for you to talk to me a certain way. Me and you ain't that cool for you to think that you have a say in my life and how I do things. So how do you balance that out? And I think that's really more so the question.
That's the question and challenge.
Because you want to be mature. Like you want to be mature because you understand that throughout life, I am going to meet toxic people. Like you understand that everybody's going to think like you, and everybody's going to move like you. You understand that there's these sharks in the world, right? People that are going to take your kindness, are going to take the way that you are, your personality, and they're going to eat you up. Like they will abuse like they're going to find ways
to take it for weakness, yeah.
Right.
Take it for weakness.
To get you to do the things that they want you to do. And so I think that's a challenge. How do you balance that?
Well, I try. We all got to try, right? Yeah. So what I do is I try to find common conversation on things that are like matters, like things, like sports and stuff like that are like conversations to kind of keep the peace and keep the conversation light. I mean, not go to the real nitty gritty deep stuff. That is where we become problematic because your ideologies of these toxic people and my ideologies don't line up. So we kind of avoid the thing. Is for me is to avoid those confrontations, those conversations with those people, and keep it very surface level on conversation about the weather, about current events outside. The latest thing that came out there in the world today. Right. But don't get into no sensitive conversations where it comes to your goals and your aspirations, because that's where we're gonna have to separate. So we gotta become a little bit smart in our communication skills. Right. Very tactful and intentional about what you're gonna talk about, what you're not gonna talk about. Because remember, it's easy to become unfolded and unguarded with your family. You just start talking everything and forget that Joe has a way of being. Joe's funny about that particular area of your life. And you not being mindful about that is dangerous. You gotta protect that.
Don't overshare.
Yeah.
don't overshare, because you may feel comfortable because like it's your family and
you still gotta be guarded.
Don't overshare, man.
And you guarding yourself. We supposed to guard ourselves anyway.
You're supposed to.
That's a general principle and rule for all humans, no matter what circle. Guard your heart, guard your thoughts, guard your life. Because you're letting things in that could become toxic to you. So keep that in mind, guys.
Keep that in mind. Write down below in the comments.
Yes, please.
Let us know any of your experiences. How. Like the people that like, don't be ashamed. I mean, well, you don't have to say names, but you can be like, listen, I have a cousin, let us know your story, because like, we all deal with that. Let us know your story, and please, let us know how you balance that out, because I feel like a lot of people, that's the challenge, either you go to extremes where you just cut communication, I mean, like, literally, you just cut communication.
That's easy.
But what about those people that still want to maintain a relationship, like some sort of connection, but just not too much? How do you go about that? Please let us know. Okay? Until next time, guys.
You just watch Queso Bobby Hunter. Tune in next time.
Peace, guys. Peace. Be in peace. Walk in peace. Stay in peace. Yeah.